Hey guys, I want to show you how to make this really cool pin for your scrapbook or junk journal, or you can use it as a card, I believe. It will not take you too much time to make it, and I hope this video will help you to do that. Enjoy! To make this element, I will be using this craft paper. I don't really know how thick it is. I believe it's about 140 grams. Well, not very thick, but also not like a copy paper. I will be using this card as a reference. The size of this element will be the same as this one, but of course you can use your size. You just have to repeat what I will be doing. To make the main pocket, we need to arrange the flaps that will hold all the inserts, and also we have to have flaps to make an actual pocket. I will align the paper. I highly recommend you to have this kind of mat. It's really useful. The flaps will be 1 centimeter. I think it's about half an inch, and I will put just a little mark here, and I will put a mark here. So the size of my pocket will be slightly bigger than this card because I want these edges to be visible. You also don't have to do this. You can align it with the paper and that's it. And we need another flap on the bottom. So I will mark it here. And from there I will need again about 1 centimeter. So now we have the size of this card plus 2 flaps to make a pocket. And we also need 2 flaps on both sides, and they will be holding the insert. So to this mark we want to add another centimeter. And now we are ready to use this last mark to make a folding line. I'm not sure how you call it. Score line? Folding line? I will do it like this. If you don't have this thing, you can just fold it like this, align these edges and go like this. Before you cut anything, you just have to make sure that you have all these flap areas. I will put it next to this folded edge, and I will see this mark, and I will see these marks, and also I have 1 centimeter here. Make sure it's all straight and even, and you just cut this part off. Now you can cut this part, the last mark. I hate measuring and rulers, but this is when it's sort of essential. All right, so what we have now, we have this piece of paper that has the areas to make flaps on 3 sides. If you don't have this thing, you can use sorry, I forget the names, this stick for knitting to make a folding line. Make this line just to make sure. I will put it here. That's about right. Second part, and the last part is here. Now I will trim these corners. This as well. And our envelope is getting a shape. For this very first pocket, we do not need these two flaps, and we can actually cut them off. So these three are going inside, and this one also is going inside. Now we will glue only these two flaps, and you remember that these two are going inside too. Alright, we have this very simple envelope that has two flaps folded inside. They're making sort of hooks. Okay, I can see now that I almost glued these corners. You please make sure that they're free. Okay, now they can get back inside. Right. So the next envelope will be slightly smaller than the main one. We want to align these two edges, and you want to put it slightly lower, like, I don't know, 3 millimeters, so that it will be easy to move inside of this pocket. And you mark it here, and you actually right now you can fold it. So this size is a bit smaller than the main one. It all depends on the size of your paper, but here I have this extra space to make a flap, so I will be using all of it. You can make it not that wide, but I don't want to do extra movements, so it will be folded like this. You can use a ruler, of course, but it's easier just to put it like this and make marks and just make folding lines. Again, approximately I will mark about 1 centimeter to make a flap, and again I will move it slightly inside, and I will put a second mark. So the whole thing is a bit smaller, that's it. And just to make sure that you will not trim this one off, again you put this mark, and I will trim it off. Now I will make this folding line, and I will make one here. Again, I will cut these corners. And I will make a sort of envelope. One side goes inside, the other side goes outside. Something like that. It's easier to fold them to this side, so first I will do it like this, and then I will just hide it inside. Or you can do it beforehand, before you glue this side. Alright, that's it. So as you can see, this one is a little bit smaller than the main one, And all we have to do is to put it here to make sure that you can hide it inside. And then when you pull it out, it gets stuck. Of course, if you... Wow, that's a good one. Of course, sometimes when you're impatient or something like that, it can come out. But, okay, I'll show it. Okay, it came out. So you just put everything back to place and you put it again inside. As I said, this is when you actually have to be precise. If you did not cut this area properly, I mean, if it goes like this, slightly, I don't know, doesn't matter, then your insert will look like this. It will be like crooked, you know. It will stuck somewhere here because this one is wider, this one is narrower. All you have to do is you have to make it straight. That's it, nothing else. Luckily mine is straight, so all I have to do is to continue making these smaller envelopes. Just the same technique as with this one. I think it's easier for you to make them separately. I mean, don't put them immediately inside. Just in case, once more. Just trim the edges. Don't forget that this one has a flap, this one doesn't. This area goes outside, this area goes inside. And this one also goes inside. Oop. You put it together. Perfect. You can make them as many as you want, but remember that the whole thing is getting thicker and thicker, and eventually it will be too thick. Especially if you're planning on adding some extra paper like pictures or something else. I believe this is a great writing space. You can write on both sides, and after all you can keep something here inside of the last one. Something like this. If you feel like, you can add some holder here. Yeah, let's do this. My super useful prepared in advance circles. And all I'm gonna do is to add some glue here and here. I will try to find the center. Something like that. Okay, just now I realized that it's not gonna work because this one doesn't have these flaps. Actually, we have to put these circles on the last envelope here. I will get more of them. Right now I'm thinking that this circle is a bit too small because this one goes deep inside, and I need like an extra centimeter or so just to have it visible. So I thought maybe I will use these slightly bigger tags. I actually have the same color. I'll try to find the second one. Yes, I have two of them here. I have a lot of knives with my scissors. Okay, So we're picking the last envelope. Again, we're finding the middle, the center. I can even use just one of them because this paper is quite thick. Okay, I already put some glue, so I will have to use two of them. Doesn't matter. But just so you know, you can use just one tag. I will put it somewhere here. Oh, and also, since I wasn't sure how many of them I will be making, the last pocket has these flaps, but as you can guess, you don't have to make them. Here we can add something like this. Yes, this one is better. I'm trying to find the name for this element. I think it's a telescopic tag, isn't it? The last thing is we put this one inside, we close it, and we cover it with our initial card. As you can guess, it will be my Christmas junk journal. Okay, you can see now that it's already fat. And for some reason it's not going inside. It's stuck inside because of glue. But I will fix them right now. Just as I said, this construction is easy to make, easy to fix, easy to use. Actually, I would recommend you to cut this off. I mean the last one, because now I realize that it's on the way when you're pulling this out, and it can actually sort of destroy it. So it's better not to have these flaps here if you put something inside. If you don't, then it doesn't really matter. Last one goes inside like this. Now it works perfectly. Look. Ah, cool. I really love it when it works. Again, something very useful came into my mind. To make sure that they will not stuck inside, it's better to close these pockets. You can do it like this. Perfect. Well, if it doesn't work properly now, then I will just delete this video and just agree that this creation of mine was useless. Okay, everything is hidden. Let's try. I like it. I like playing with it. Yay! Who's good? I'm good. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you don't mind me showing my mistakes, because some people do like to know that nothing is perfect, nothing comes that easily to anyone. It's all made of tries and mistakes and fails sometimes. But this time it was a success, and I highly recommend you to make this little toy for your journal. I wish you all nice and warm fall journaling. and please stay safe, healthy, and creative.